In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day.
Yo, Flurs, what's up? It's good to see you all here. Thank you all for coming. I'm glad you could make it. So tonight I've been challenged by a Glober to debate again. You know, remember Luch from last time? But he's only going to be in about an hour's time, and then we'll debate then. So we're going to have an hour pre-show, and I was thinking we can go through the after show from Mark Reed's panel, which you saw today's video was wow. Anyway, we got PJ Cruikshank and Ryan Essien. How you guys doing?
Oh, good, bro. Oh, good.
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Good, yeah, thanks. Good. So what are your thoughts on the debate last night? Well, early, yeah.
The debate, I mean, you just totally killed it with everything. It's just they tend to act like they know a lot of stuff, and you may, with the way they're talking, you may think that they know a lot of stuff, but when you hear how they're talking about Coriolis and all that, 6 of them or something like that, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? I'm glad you didn't go to that, because you were invited to go to the after show debate talk, weren't you? Mark Reed. I'm glad you didn't, because then I'm glad on their behalf, because you would have embarrassed them all. It's just ridiculous.
Well, after that, I practically just got ready for work and left to work anyway, so.
Oh yeah, of course.
So I wouldn't even have had time, but yeah, if I did have time, I could have gone on there and wow, the things they said, it was really insane. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to say hi to Breen Chat quickly. It's good to have you all here. I hope you're all doing well. PJ Cruikshank, Sean Hawkins, still waiting on your apology for calling me a liar. No, I showed you live and on shorts, you lying. So where's my $50, mate? Ryan S., thank you for coming. Pierre Montpellier, whatever, I can't pronounce it, but anyway. Pierre, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. Sleeping Warrior, what's up, man? Price of Adam, thank you. Montpellier. LJ, what's up? INFE, thank you for coming. Victoria, good to see you. Silver Domain, great to have you in. Dustin Bones, what's up? Arwen, hello. Expedition Truth, good to see you too. Silver Domain, yes, I do have a Telegram group. I don't know, do I have the link on my description? I'm not sure. But I do have a Telegram group for sure, yeah. I don't know if it's there. Let me see if I got it on my video. But it's good to be here. Good to see you guys. Thank you all for coming. Really appreciate it. So I was thinking what we can do since we're doing this hour pre-show, we can go through that some parts on that thing and see what's going on. Join restricted community Discord, Element. I don't have my Telegram on here, sorry, because I don't really use it though. I do use it now and then for, you know, just advertising my channel, but I haven't used it in such a long time though. Hey Sleeping Warrior, good to see you. What's up?
Hey man. Firework night, isn't it? So dogs are going nuts. So I'm not going to be able to. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to speak much, but I just want to say that hangout with that guy last night, his style is really good, but his quality of his arguments and his ability to rebut is really poor. In terms of his arguments,
but it would help if he actually has knowledge. Though he doesn't have knowledge in the subject he's trying to talk. It's the way he conveys it, trying to make him sound like he knows what he's talking about, but he's an actual ignorant. I don't know how to put it. His confidence make him sound like he knows what he's talking about. But when you actually listen to what he's presenting, it shows he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's what I mean. His style, his delivery is really good, but the quality of his content is terrible. He was literally making 2015 arguments. Yeah. And it's like we grew out of that a long time ago. He's obviously new to the topic. I was listening to it and I was just ashamed for him on his quality of his arguments. But his style will convince a lot of people that he somehow won that because he was very assertive and very cocky, confident. But in terms of quality of his points, it was terrible.
Crazy, yeah. Hey, Shatners Bassoon, good to see you, mate. Yeah, and Charlie Wells. But yeah, you see the thing, what was happening, it was supposed to be flat versus globe. So I was supposed to present why it's flat. He was supposed to present why it's globe. Instead, he didn't present anything why it's a globe. He was creating straw mans and expecting me to rebut on those straw mans. Just like when he was trying to do the flight path. I'm like, hang on, I never made that argument. You know what I'm saying? No. He brought it up. He's reversing the burden onto me because he's making a claim that it can only work on a globe. So that's why I moved it over to Coriolis, because his whole argument is flight times. Yeah. And he couldn't get this.
You know what? I think the format of the show there is a bit of an issue, because if they're going to do that where they make a point and then they expect a rebuttal, what they should do is give you an advanced disclosure of the points that they're going to make to allow you the time to be able to pull together the evidence that you want to dispute or refute the point that's being made. Because it's unreasonable to expect somebody to have it on demand, like without having any foreknowledge of the point in the first place. But if you have the foreknowledge and you've got the evidence, it quickly shows. It just allows him to present as though he's won, even though he had terrible arguments.
But as I said, I don't mind the way they do it. He just has to understand, him creating a straw man. You can't expect me to rebut your straw man and reverse the burden onto me and think somehow you won. Did you notice every argument I gave in my opening was based on flat Earth, because I was representing flat Earth? Everything he presented was trying to debunk flat Earth, not representing his globe.
Exactly.
So I don't know how to communicate this to the guys. He was totally off of topic from his opening. And when we did get to rebuttals, like I show on screen, he says he doesn't see it. So his whole argument the whole night was, nah, I don't see it, so therefore it's not true, while it's on screen.
Yeah, I mean, he was either lying about that or he's blind, completely blind, because every single picture had a difference in that.
Well,
and he couldn't see at all.
The sad thing is he deflected to Sean Hawkins as his authority.
Yeah, he did.
And he's not the guy you should reflect to, because I had all Sean Hawkins on there showing how it was manipulated. So it's crazy. Oh, wow. Sovereign Souls, good to see you. Thank you for coming in as well. And Yannick, what's up, man? So I was thinking we want to go through their after show for the first hour before that guy shows up for his debate. Are you keen? You guys ready?
Yeah, man.
Okay, I'm going to forward it the speed a bit so maybe, gets to it quickly. Okay. I hope you guys can... I just muted this for the sound for his intro. But, I mean, wow. The thing... I didn't watch all of it, by the way. But the things they spoke about, I was like...
Hello, everybody. Welcome, my star children, and welcome to The Reading Room with Mark Reed. And hopefully Grayson will drop in. I've sent him a message. I'm not sure if he is dropping by, but I hope so. That was an incredible debate, and I have mixed feelings about it. I honestly think Flatzoid is incredibly deceptive in what he's saying. And I think for my money, it's sort of pointing to the amount of times he has misrepresented science. He misrepresents everything. He uses the worst possible pictures and photos and everything to make his case. It's tragic. But...
Okay, based on that, what do you guys say?
Well, wasn't it funny that you were meant to be debating him? He couldn't make it, but yet he was there with Super Chat asking you questions. So he obviously was there, and then he was there for the after show because he hosted it.
Yeah, it was supposed to be myself, Nathan Thompson, versus Mark Reed and Ember.
So I think he was running a little bit, and he
Nathan Thompson,
all these mates
after
the show. Have a little pick at you there. Do you know what I mean? When he's got everybody there.
So when he says that you present the most, like the worst case scenarios, I can't remember exactly how we worded it, but he said you're very deceptive because you take the worst case examples. Well, that's still evidence, even if it doesn't support your opinion that it's good or bad evidence. Exactly. It's still evidence that proves that your claim is incorrect.
Yeah, but
that's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, but you see, he starts.
Excuse me, but were there any duck suits involved?
Well, first he starts off with misrepresenting me and muddying the waters. So first of all, did I talk about science in this debate, guys?
I was going to ask, what does he actually know what science is?
No, Mark doesn't know. Mark has no clue what science is, guys. This has been totally shown. Mark has...
None of them know what...
No, they don't.
You know what I've noticed? When they want to use the word science, right, they use it in the positive to benefit them. but when they want to use it as a negative, it's always applied against us. So it's one of those words that like means two different things depending on who uses it. Because if they use it, it's positive in their favor, but if they use it against us, it's always negative.
Yeah.
Exactly. Wow, but what an opening for his after show, guys. I'm deceptive because I show pictures.
Yeah.
Okay. Notice that did Grayson show anything? Any demonstrations or anything?
Nothing whatsoever. Nothing.
I would like to welcome to stage Max and Joshua. You're up first, Max. What are your thoughts? How did you find it? What have you got to say about the debate between Grayson and Flatzoid on Flat Earth versus Globe Earth? Have I got you at a bad time? I've completely caught you out, haven't I? Okay, cool.
Hey, Anson, good to see you.
It's always an experience, the Flat Earth debate. I think they do have some really paramount misconceptions on what science is and what evidence and what proof are. That whole thing with the light, he was physically obstructing it and he just couldn't acknowledge or even see it.
Yeah.
And I have some...
That's a lie. I totally explained it was occultation due to foreshortening, which means the light can was obstructing it because of the angle. Now he's saying I was saying I didn't. That's not what's happening. Did I ever say that? Yeah, he's totally misrepresenting me.
Why is that? Because I could see what they were saying, and I thought, I can see where they're coming from. That's not unreasonable. Why is that point that they made wrong? Because they were saying there's a container in front of it blocking
Super chat.
it.
Yeah, but like I was saying, I'm saying it's not Earth curve blocking it. It's simply the occultation because of the angle. Let's say like a wave on the ocean or a mountain or a tree or whatever, because the angle gets in the way. It's not because of Earth curve. Yeah, you physically need something to block it. No shit, Sherlock. But it's because the angle, the further something gets away, and because due to perspective, things rise up relative to eye level and ramp down relative to eye level, reaches the vanishing point. And because things occult due to foreshortening, because that paint tin can, in representing water waves or whatever, had the larger angle that was closer to you, it blocked it. It just wasn't physical Earth curve. That was simply because of the angle, so it was optical. Retroball, thank you very much for your $5 super chat. Really appreciate it. It says, Flats, great debate performance the other night. Grayson's lack of knowledge of Coriolis was beyond embarrassing. Oh, yeah. Don't worry. This whole panel's lack of knowledge on Coriolis was insane. I mean, they even had a PhD in there that couldn't even have a coherent statement on what Coriolis is.
Yeah, they actually talk about whether it needs two reference frames or not, or they just think that you can have Coriolis with one reference frame, and they have a big discussion on it, don't they? It was like, it's crazy that you can see they're locking up.
Yeah. Hey, Spherical Cow, good to see you, and Jeff Gassett, what's up? Hey, Luch, good to see you, man. We're going to be debating in about 25 minutes. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. If you want to debate perspective, horizons, and stuff, I'm more than happy to do that, man. Okay, let's carry on.
Something we may save it for later, but I think it's always an experience to see the flat Earth and how these things kind of affect the people and their psychology. It's interesting always.
So, what do you mean by the psychology? Like, where do you think that he's coming from, and what's your analysis, Dr. Max? What would you? Sorry,
Dr. Max.
I don't know. I think the way I see it, there's two options. Either they know that they're in the wrong, or they genuinely believe their justifications. I wouldn't dare to say which one would be better or worse. But I mean, there's something going on there. I would love to have some insight from an actual psychologist on the mindset of a flat earther.
Yeah, since he's not a psychologist.
Oh, yeah, we would like to see that too.
It's called winning.
Yeah, exactly. You see, but this is their get to go because they know they don't have an argument. So they have to have some kind of answer like, just because he's a flat earther, he either has to be dishonest or very stupid.
Or not right in there.
Yeah, they switched to defeatism. Yeah,
but have you realized but have you realized there's not an actual rebuttal back to what we present? There's no actual demonstrations for them. It's just to have faith, bro.
They want to know the psychology behind it now. And what's wrong with that?
It's like show me curving water.
Well, they're trying to suggest that we're nuts, right?
Yeah, but I mean, look at it this way: show me curving water. No, the Earth's too big. Okay, but you say the Earth curve blocks buildings and ships and stuff at 3 miles away. Yeah, but you don't understand refraction. Okay, prove to me refraction. Then they sell Snell's law in a fish tank, which we don't look through fish tanks.
No.
This terrestrial refraction doesn't work on Snell's law. Everything they present is unverifiable, and it's just hijacking of things we do observe in reality and just make a claim about it. That's all the globe's based upon. Hey Don, good to see you. Scott, good to see you too. It's crazy.
That would be absolutely fascinating to me.
Right. Well, there are papers on conspiracy theorists and stuff. I've been going through a few, like why conspiracy theories are so appealing to people, why it sort of seems to grab them like that, and that is interesting. But I mean, I'm not a psychologist. I'd be happy to have one sort of say something on the subject.
He said he was happy to have a psychologist. Cool.
Yeah. You know what I've also found odd with Grayson as well, trying to classify us in with conspiracies, where they don't actually understand what a conspiracy is, do they? Do they know the globe religion is an actual conspiracy? More than a flat earth. Because they go out of their way to call us conspirators. That means they are conspiracy theorists. That's the definition of conspiracy theorists. Saying people are out to conspire. So they're saying we out to conspire. So therefore, they are the conspiracy theorists. Hello? It's crazy.
The amount of flat earthers that are fundamentalist religious people is the Venn diagram is almost an overlap. So I think it's got a lot to do with that. Joshua, you're in next. Have I met you before, Joshua? I don't remember you. I'm sorry. I do apologize.
Oh, I don't know that you have.
Oh, okay. Well, it's good to meet you.
Yeah, thanks. I listened to the whole thing. I popped in and I thought, why do you think that people hold to beliefs like this?
I think it's complex. I think there's a number of reasons, personally.
Yeah, what do you guys have to say about that question? Why do people hold to beliefs like this?
Well, it's
because it protects. It's a firewall. It's a psychological firewall. Is what it is.
Yeah, and because it's been indoctrinated from the start, it's what they're used to. Do you know what I mean? And then the fantasies develop round about it as well, with like sci-fi and stuff like that. You know, so it's hard for them to let go of it. You know.
Exactly. But you see how it's projecting, pushing it onto us.
Yes, of course.
We the ones that show demonstrations. We the ones that show experiments. We the ones that show the explanations for what we're showing. You know, we actually go out and do repeatable things. All we get from them is just trust me, bro. Let me show you my CGI. You know.
Oh, I got one the other day. It was really funny.
It's crazy. Hey, O'Blind, good to see you. Yeah, talking about conspiracy theories rather than the nature of Earth. Exactly, that's all they do.
I think that one of it is a faith-based position, that heliocentrism is a fundamental tenet of some faiths, or some not really faiths, what am I looking for? Some denominations. They believe that humans are literally the center of the Earth. So,
hey, Otto,
the flat Earth is obviously the center, and it's not a heliocentric model. So I think that really does appeal to some people. A lot of it, I think, is a distrust of authority, any authority. So if an authority says that the Earth is a certain shape, they will believe the opposite because...
That's also just a total misconception.
Yeah,
I'd like to know what he defines as an authority as well, because
Yeah.
I'm sure he considers himself to be one of them.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because he sees himself as an authority, because he would be calling, how can I put this? What did you call us on YouTube? We have a following, you have... Influence. He would see himself as an influencer. So that would mean he's an authority, correct?
Yeah.
He's seen as an authority to some people. So he's actually a hypocrite then.
Yeah, but do you know what the difference is between what he thinks about influence and authority-based compared to real world? Let's go with someone like Fight the Flat Earth, for example, who doesn't demonstrate anything. He just preaches think of him stood on his soapbox in the speaker's corner, and he's telling everybody how, like some people say, the end of the world is coming because it's the final times. Or some people say a variety of things, and they chant it, and they try and persuade the audience that their view is correct. That's what Fight the Flat Earth's like. He's a preacher. He preaches the good book, the holy book, like he calls it. The whole, like that's what he does. He preaches it, but you never see any demonstrations from him trying to do it, either trying to do it himself or citing it from somebody else, right? There's no, that lack of evidence means that he's a baseless warrior, because he's got no base or no evidence to support.
Exactly.
But at least if you've got somebody that's got some evidence, and it doesn't matter whether it's strong or not, or whether it's wrong or not, at least they're trying to prove something. They've got more credibility than somebody that's got nothing. And all of these idiots just, they treat the topic as though it's like, they treat it like it's philosophy, but they act as well at the same time as though it's fact.
Exactly.
So they don't have any evidence at all.
Yep.
They just believe it so strongly that they don't feel as though they need to check it.
Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
That's a blind faith.
Exactly, that's exactly. Richard, thank you very much for your $5 super chat. It says, Mark Reed says he can't comment because he's not a psychologist, and then continues to diagnose us anyway. Exactly. That's all they do. That's crazy. Thank you very much for your super chat, man. Hey, Lev, what's up? Did you guys see the poll tonight? Globers have nothing. Yes, they have nothing, 69%. No, they have nothing, 31%. So it doesn't matter what you choose, it's the same answer.
Well, it feels though it does, because if you say, your question was Globers have nothing. If you say yes, Globers have nothing, that's not a double negative. But if you say no, they've got nothing, that is a double negative, which is a positive, and that's what some people will pick up on.
But it still picks it up as they have nothing anyway.
Yeah, go on.
It is, but based on grammar, if you're a double negative.
Yeah, let's put it this way. The evidence is nothing, or they have no evidence for nothing.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what they choose. At the end of the day, it's still nothing.
Yeah, they got that.
What is evidence?
Did you notice that? You know, with that guy that you were debating, did you notice that when you asked him to define level, he come up with, obviously, I don't know how they all know that it's Merriam-Webster, but they only go to that one. They never go to like Oxford or Cambridge or any other dictionary. Always that one, right? Did you notice his stance when you tried to show him like the contradiction within its own definition? And he basically said, "That's the definition, man." And like basically, he ridiculed you based on your pointing out of the contradiction. But later on in the conversation, he called it semantic when you started to rely on the meanings of words in a different topic.
So, yeah, double standard. Yeah,
but you see, that's the thing. That's the thing that people have to understand when it comes to debate. You have definitions for a reason, because it rises the ground. If you don't define something, how are you going to debate it? How are you going to know what it is? I mean, I can define something totally different to someone else, and we'll be fighting a total different argument if you don't define what we're talking about. So him going to the Merriam-Webster, thank you, I just said now, for going to the Merriam-Webster, which contradicts itself in its own adjective, I gave him a challenge. I said, go to any other source and show me the same where it says it's curved, and he couldn't find one. But this is why he said, then he just said, oh no, it just has different meanings. No, last time I checked, horizontal always has the same meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing that they do is, because you're using a definition to support something that you're saying, and because they don't want you to use that definition because they don't like it because it debunks them, if they claim that you're just being semantic, what they're doing is the same. It's the same thing when they take the point that they're trying to make, put a negative tone to it, a negative slant to it, and then that makes it sound like it's a credible position that they've took, that they're criticizing you. Because at the end of the day, a semantic argument is the difference between a man going to jail for murdering somebody and that guy walking because they haven't got the evidence to prove that point. And the meanings of words is important. But when it's also relying on those meanings of words, they don't want to know. But when they want to rely on it, my God, you're an idiot if you disagree with the meaning of the word level. Because the reality is,
how dare you?
They're conflating the meaning of the word level with the meaning of the word equidistant, because the circumference is equidistant to a circle at all points around it, right? But level can never be a circumference, because if it was, you would have circumference being defined equally as the level of a circle, which is ridiculous. But that's what they're doing. And when we point out that, they're just like, oh no,
there is no level on that side.
Shatner's Bassoon, thank you very much for your £5 super chat, mate. Really, really appreciate it. Says, keep up the good work, Flatzoid. Massive shout out to Sleeping Warrior 2. P.S. You guys just don't understand and have mental health issues, so globe. Thank you very much for the super chat, Shatners. That's practically all they do, yeah. Exactly. They just they just insult and then say so globe. Thank you very much for your super chat. Really appreciate it, mate. You rock. Okay, let's carry on.
They distrust authority so vehemently, and I also think that it may be just I watched a thing about it. It was sort of this idea that they have secret knowledge that nobody else does, and perhaps it is feeling like, scientists talk in this jargon, in these scientific terms, which they feel like is too hard to understand. So they believe they have secret knowledge, and I think it may be something.
That's wrong. Show me any of us that's claimed to have secret knowledge, guys.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I wouldn't say to someone that's a globe believer,
I have secret knowledge.
Oh, I've got this knowledge and you don't know because you're just a glober and you can't know it because you haven't got this secret knowledge. Let me give you the secret knowledge I've got. No, I wouldn't talk like that.
What's the difference between us and them? We choose not to just stay in, people taught me this, so I stay in that belief. We actually go out and redo the research, do the tests, make sure what they're teaching us is true. That's the difference between us. We know we've been lied to, so we go and look at that. And I just have to say, I get this a lot these days. You guys don't understand science. Science has nothing to do with religion. When I point out science, the scientific method was created by a Christian organization. Christians created the scientific method to make it empirical, and yet the ones always punting science, actual pseudoscience, are atheists. Really weird.
It is, because the reality is everybody in this topic that punts for not flat, be it like spherical, they all deny. Firstly, they're all Bible haters. They deny God, they deny creation, they deny... Now, I'm none of them. I don't support or refute the creation arguments. I recognise that we have to be created because you can't spontaneously combust from nothing. Principally, that's essential. Everything starts with creation from something. You can't start from nothing. It doesn't create itself, no matter how much you want it to be true. No matter how much time you give it, no matter how much chance you think that you might have it, it doesn't create itself, ever. There has to have been a start point, and it has to have been created.
In anything with physics, you have an initial state. Without that initial state being created, nothing will happen.
Yeah, that's it.
It's called at rest, right?
There is no it or thing or whatever without creation.
So I was going to say, Faciality, thank you very much for your $5 super chat, mate. Really, really appreciate it. You rock. By the way, guys, he's got a premiere tonight, so do go out and watch it. We definitely we defend daily observable reality on Earth. Globers defend a fictitious place off Earth. They never been to talk about delusional. PhD, what now? Thank you very much for your super chat. Yeah, that's exactly. They work in Narnia and expect it to be reality. So thank you very much for your super chat,
exactly. Mate. And that's because the likes of like George Musa and co say things like, we must think of Newtonian gravitation as force. That doesn't mean it really is a force, but we don't have to work at the really is level. Well, that's because all of the nonsense in so-called science, what they pass off as science, is working at the not really is level, because a lot of it's theoretical science at best, otherwise made up bullshit. But they pass that theoretical science off as though it's real world when it suits. That's the problem. We've lost the roots of science, and we're teaching kids nonsense and passing it off as science. That is the cause of the problem.
Exactly. Okay, guys, ready to go on?
Yeah, man.
Sure.
To do with that. There could be other reasons as well. I don't know. I don't think it's in this day and age, I don't think it's a very, it's just ridiculous, really. And I don't know how one thinks the Earth is flat. Give me your innermost thoughts. Give me how you thought the debate went.
They look very awkward, though.
Well, from my perspective,
yeah, definitely.
Flatzoid is just a dishonest debater. I mean, he has no intention of actually saying what he thinks is true. His only goal.
That's a lie. Wow. I gave my straight out answers, defended all my answers, gave demonstrations for my answers, and told him why he's wrong, and educated him on why he's wrong. So how am I dishonest?
Isn't it mad how wrong he is? You know what I mean?
But that makes me dishonest because I'm able to back everything up I talk about.
Yeah.
Weird. Retroball, thank you very much.
Of course that makes people uncomfortable.
Thank you, Retroball, for your $5 super chat. Really appreciate it. It says, secret knowledge, and yet we go out and tell everybody. We sure suck at keeping a secret. He probably has never heard of the Freemasons before, because they have so-called secret knowledge, and it's only for the very elite in their club. Exactly. Thank you very much for your super chat, Retroball. Really appreciate it. Maybe they don't know what secret means. And David Bodies, hello. Sorry about
It
that.
means shh.
Yeah.
Goal is to communicate
There's Grayson.
his end of the propaganda.
And Brenda.
And I think you can see that very clearly with questions about the time that the flights take.
Oh Lord, there
and
goes
that
the
he never
neighborhood.
addressed the question ever.
Right.
The question was, how would these flights make sense on a flat Earth? And his response was, they don't make sense on a globe, so they make sense on a flat Earth.
No. His straw man was the flights don't make sense on a flat Earth map. That was his straw man.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I bring up any flat Earth maps?
None.
Did I make any claims about flights on a flat Earth map?
All him. He made the claim.
All on him. And his whole argument was, well, this is the globe. It works on a globe and not a flat Earth map, so therefore globe. Him making the affirmative claim that it can only work on a globe and not on a flat Earth map is his burden. I was holding him to his burden.
Mm-hmm. But what you really should have said was it's a reification fallacy to treat the terrain as the map.
Mm-hmm. But that's what
or
I said to him.
As the terrain.
But that's what I was telling him. It doesn't, not about the map or anything. At the end of the day, you making the claim, the positive claim here, and strawmanning me. Because remember, the debate was he has to defend his globe. He has to say why it's a globe. I'm saying why it's flat. Everything I brought was why it's flat. Everything he brought was why it's not flat Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And all his arguments were based on 2015 arguments that were strawman arguments and totally out of ignorance. So I was trying to make him understand, listen here, you made the claim that it can only work on a globe, so then the burden's on you. And because you say it only works on a globe, I can debunk that by claiming you guys claim Coriolis. So as soon as you claim Coriolis, you can't claim those times correct because planes would fly backwards. Do we see planes fly backwards? No, we don't. So therefore, not Coriolis.
Did you see Rachel in chat at that time? She was arguing over. Basically, she was trying to argue that the rotation of Earth can account for the conservation of momentum. And I was like, Rachel, really?
Do what?
Then there would be no drift.
Yeah, but don't worry. I'm going to be doing a video on that as well soon. Because let's put it this way: if you're driving 100 miles in a car and you slam brakes all of a sudden, that initial velocity from slamming the brakes till, let's say, you stop 5 meters or 6 meters, that is, you've conserved the momentum for that 6 meters. You don't hold it indefinitely. You don't just slide your car at 100 miles an hour forever. These guys are idiots. As soon as you take off with your aeroplane and you claim the reference frame is the Earth is moving, you would be conserving that momentum for a certain time until you've used up that conserved energy. Remember, a plane is going in, it has a force to it. Don't they know what Newton's third law is?
They ignore the Newton's laws. They only go with that second one because that's the one that helps them the most.
Yeah, equal and opposite reaction. So as soon as the airplane takes off and has a force applied to it, it's going to stop being conserved. There's no more conservation. And as soon as they go and say, oh, conservation of momentum, then there's no Coriolis.
Yeah.
So they're so stupid, they don't even get this. INFE, thank you very much for your $5 Switch chat, mate. Really appreciate this. The terrestrial globe Earth is used for nothing but indoctrination of a baseless belief. Exactly, it's based on people that have some kind of weird obsession with balls. Thank you very much for your super chat, mate. Really, really appreciate it. You rock. Well, by the way, we only got like half an hour left for the pre-show on this. I don't know. Do you guys say, because we're probably not going to get very far in this, do you want us to carry on with this tomorrow? This pre-show?
Yeah.
I think it'll be a great conversation to go through.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll do another half an hour before the debate with the guy, and then we'll probably have an after show. I'll have an after show, and then we'll carry on with this thing tomorrow. I think it'll be great.
Cool.
Okay. And by the way, guys, thanks for coming. If you haven't already, please hit the likes and share the show. It really does help to get the show out to a wider audience. Yeah. So let's see what Brenda has to say, guys. Oh.
It doesn't help. Logic works. So I don't believe he's honest.
Yeah, I don't feel that he's honest either. I think that for someone to be a photographer and the photos that he takes are the worst photos.
Sorry, that's a lie. Have I ever claimed to be a photographer?
Is that Brenda's voice?
No, I never claimed to be a photographer.
Can anybody yet tell me that I've ever claimed to be a photographer?
Have you ever taken a picture?
I take pictures, but do I claim to be a photographer?
Then you're a photographer.
Oh, okay. I would love to own a nice camera though one day, but I'm a poor boy.
Well, I mean, maybe you wouldn't be a professional photographer, but if you took a picture, then you're a photographer, bro.
Well, let's put it this way. If I had the money to get proper photography equipment, I would actually go and, how can I say, go through a very professional, I'll put myself through rigorous things to become professional, because I am a person that likes to push myself in certain aspects to become professional at it. I am that type of guy. I'm not a guy that just say, I'll take it, if I do something, I try and do it properly. So I'll definitely do a proper job at it. And I do know, even though I'm not a professional photographer, at least I know the ins and outs of photography. I'm not stupid. Just like I said, I know how to build a Ferrari engine. That doesn't mean I own a Ferrari.
That's right.
You've ever seen. I think that is intentional rather than by accident kind of thing.
Yeah, like, were you guys seeing any differences in the photos? Was that just me that wasn't seeing that? Like,
I'll leave that to you guys.
Wow.
Did you guys see any differences?
Yeah, I've seen it. There's definitely differences.
While I had it on screen, showing the lines didn't line up.
You actually got a super chat with someone saying that as well. That you must be blind if you don't see the
exactly
changes in it. Yeah.
While we're on that, because Sean Hawkins is still going on with his rubbish, I'm going to show you guys something.
But the bet was that I did it incorrectly to get it to line up, and I didn't, because I didn't touch the handles. I did it all up here.
But now, pay attention what he's going to do now, guys. He's going to just change the width. There we go. Clicks on it. Uh-oh. The height's not changing with it.
But the bet was that I did it incorrectly to get it to line up, and I didn't, because I didn't touch the handles to get it to line up, and I didn't, because I didn't touch the handles, because I didn't touch the handles, because I didn't touch the handles. But the bet was that I...
Yeah, Sean. Didn't touch the handles. Well, I see your cursor on screen manipulating the handle. Well done.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. LJ says, Lolo was my super chat. I haven't said my dog can see the difference. Exactly.
Oh, it was LJ, yeah.
Yeah, so Sean Hawkins really has an issue. I'm actually getting tired of him. That's why I'm not really responding anymore. Because now he's even saying I owe him $50.
Yeah.
For what? He said he'll give me $50 if I showed him to be a liar. I showed him to be a liar. Now he says I owe him $50. But he says, no, don't worry. Because he's a nice guy, I don't have to worry about paying him back. I just have to give an apology video. For what? You lied about everything.
Exactly.
He's a clown. Let's move on to this one.
A long time for an apology.
Yeah, he's so dumb that even his own side says he's dumb, guys.
There's good afternoon, anyway. In the picture where the light went behind the bucket.
Brenda,
bucket. It's a tin, paint tin can, and she's been corrected on this many times. Brendan has been really. We've explained this to Brendan many times. It's a paint tin can, not a bucket.
To interrupt, I'll just let Grayson sort of give his thoughts, and then we'll go straight over to you. That's okay. It's just Grayson's the man of the hour. I think you did great. Tell us how you feel. How do you think it went? What's up?
Honestly, I feel like I have a hard time perceiving how I did in that debate, because I just felt like I got really tilted and was yelling a lot more than I normally do in debates, because the stuff Flatzoid was saying was just like aggravating. Like,
you know why it was aggravating? Cognitive dissonance.
Yeah, because it's the truth.
I have one thing I like priding myself on debate is I want to get to them to see that it gives a reaction. It doesn't help me rebutting something that's not going to be, you know what I mean, difficult for them to process. I want something that's going to trigger them because it shows they have a personal attachment to it, and that's exactly what's going on. I'm able to read a situation. That's how it's supposed to work in a debate. You must read your opponent and the situation. how they act. And the way he was acting was giving me flags the whole time. Okay, this is what I'm supposed to say. This is how I'm supposed to say it. Because he had cognitive pain, that's why he reacted the way he did. It's as simple as that. It's not... And this is the issue. This is the thing that the people have and why they call me dishonest. It's because they don't like the things coming out of my mouth which shows them to have cognitive pain. So in other words, their only rebuttal is, "Nuh-uh, you're dishonest." Because they don't have a rebuttal to it.
It was just like he was just trying to dodge and avoid the topic. And Joshua, what you were saying, I wish that I had put it as succinctly as you did. Like, your argument is that they don't work on a flat Earth or on a globe Earth. You haven't shown how they work on a flat Earth. So your argument is just that flight times just don't make sense in general. Yeah, so
we can't actually get anywhere.
Right. Yeah, we never got anywhere with that. And like he kept.
Yeah, we got everywhere. Where we got was you couldn't back up your burden of proof. Straw manning me and couldn't back up your burden. That's where we got. Or am I saying this wrong? Nobody there?
Oh, yeah, we're here. No, I know, you're not saying anything wrong. I just noticed Leo's name there.
There we go. Oh, yeah, he's going to talk again.
Can't stand that, dude.
I'm just interested to see what Ryan says because remember the moderators the moderators are supposed to be unbiased.
Yeah.
Really odd.
Flying, but yeah,
time. So
we'll go to Brenda because I did promise we'd go back to you. I do apologise, Brenda. What are your thoughts? I want to hear your innermost workings on the Flatzoid versus Grayson debate and what you thought of the whole shenanigans.
Well, one, I thought Grayson did a great job.
Yeah,
I did, and the reason I was talking was I was going to say something about what you directly asked him, but I'm thinking of the example where he had the light and then he moved it away and it was hidden by the bucket.
Yeah.
And in that image, the camera is below the top level of the bucket, so of course it's going to be hidden if you move.
Yay! Welcome to foreshortening occultation thanks to the angle, Brenda. Yeah, great. So just like when I go to work in the mornings and I see the moon above in the sky, and the closer I get to work, the closer I'm getting to the mountain, and therefore it's dipping below the mountain. Is it going down below your physical horizon, or is it just thanks to occultation because of foreshortening? Because the mountain has a larger angular size closer towards me. Well done. They don't understand that this is optical. It doesn't physically go below that mountain. It's still higher than the mountain. That's the thing they don't get. It's still physically higher than the mountain.
I mean, and he's got to know that that's deceptive. He's got to know that.
Why?
There's an eternal question within flat earthers: are they really that dumb, or are they just lying? And it's very difficult sometimes. I think sometimes they're some of them are both. Some of them are very ignorant, and at the same time being deceptive. But I think some of them are.
I don't think Brenda should talk about ignorance.
Wow.
Remember, Shu is a phenomena.
And lying, you know.
Oh yeah. Wow. Brenda has been on my show like what, 2-3 times, and all 3 times ended getting kicked off because of lying and misrepresenting and being so stupid.
It's crazy
really stupid.
It's crazy what they're discussing, what they think we are like that. It's exactly what we know they're like. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous.
I mean, Brenda shouldn't talk about deception. Brenda has a identity crisis. Brenda doesn't even know what Brenda is. Wants to come and tell us about deception. Brenda lies to Brenda's self.
Brenda's a bit fickle.
I'm sorry to say, very low IQ. And I just mean that in an objective sense.
Yeah, like Shu is a phenomena. That would be very low IQ, I would agree. Can anybody tell me how Shu is a phenomena, please? Or equating donuts to black holes. Yeah.
Just not able to reason.
Are you stop saying they're critical
black holes?
Correct. They're not able to. Or there's one third possibility. Must be some kind of congenital condition or neurological condition that doesn't allow people to have. Maybe it was like this inner eye kind of thing where they can't visualize in 3D, and maybe that's something that's physical. I mean, neurological.
Visualize in 3D. What the hell are you talking about? We are the ones usually explaining to them what a third dimension is.
Yeah.
Because their whole globe is based on two-dimensional geometry.
We talk about perspective and they show you orthographic.
Exactly. This is...
Wow.
I think that if you taught yourself, you would pick it up. I mean, wouldn't you?
That's curious. I do wonder if there's a genetic predisposition to being a flat earther.
Well, I think there's a lot of intimidation over knowledge. It's kind of like if I just pretend that everything's an illusion, then I can also pretend that I'm smart. By acting as if I can one-up you, even though I put in literally none of the work, to do so. And it's amazing to me because there are people, I shouldn't just say that, because there are people like Witsit who seem to take an incredible amount of time, looking at things and it seems so strange. It's like misapplication of all those efforts.
Gymnastics.
Yeah, and it's like, wow, I really see your capacity to take in information that you've seen and relay that information quickly, but it's like you're using it for badness. It's like, you became this great guitar player and you decided to play country music. Like, oh, terrible.
That's what I can give you an example.
Is he trying to say Witsit is clever?
Clever.
Because he's able to relay message. He's just got a photographic memory, mate. It doesn't make him clever, though. What's his IQ again? Oh, wow.
Example. The reason that I have pi as my avatar logo is because I debated somebody called by the name of True Empiricism years and years ago, and I debated the Bible and I brought up First Kings, the golden bowl that's what 10. Yeah. 10. What is it? What was the
cubits? I thought you're clever, Brenda. Your whole avatar is presented on this, but you don't even know what the units are. Wow. Brilliant. Let me tell you a whole sad story about why I've got this avatar, but I can't tell you why I got what the units are. Yeah.
What was the unit of measurement? Was it
cubits?
Cubits, yes.
Cubits, there we go.
And he told me that it wasn't inaccurate because it was in cubits and not in feet.
Yeah. Well, nobody's arm length to fingertip is different. No, I mean I've got like gorilla arms on me
because the unit of measurement was different, therefore the value of pi was different.
It doesn't matter because a circle.
It's just geometry, mate, people. Just because one guy makes an argument and he's got something wrong doesn't make it reality, mate.
We'll never have.
As long as the...
Who just popped in? We've got two Ryans.
Ryans in twice, I don't know.
It was just, I don't know what happened there.
It's your clone. It
kicked me out and it went black and then I went and re-signed and now it shows two of me. I don't know. I'm going to restart my phone. I'll be back.
It's your clone.
It happens a lot. Now you'll come back in, they'll still be in twice. You have to turn your phone and it off.
Yeah.
Unit is a unit.
We all know that, but he didn't know that. He didn't understand it at all.
What a special thing.
Kind of a conceptual thing that I think was an error there.
I'm sorry to push my way in here a little bit, but I only said
No, I was just going to ask your thoughts because it was your turn up and then followed by Leo. So give me your innermost thoughts and desires regarding that debate. I want to give it to you.
My innermost thoughts and desires
are a bit more sexual than I wanted it to be, but.
Well, I was going to say, I host a lot of debates, so my innermost desires are to be paid. No, I'm kidding. I was going to say, I actually have to get going to bed because I have to fly out in the morning, but I did want to pop in and
before you go, I'm going to interrupt you because we've got a super chat from Doc Dino for $2 American. Yo, Ryan, can you help me get a debate about dinos? It would mean showing your face on camera, Doc. Just be aware of that. And your first debate's usually a 2v2.
Also, I just want to say that might involve debating Howard, so I don't know if you...
Get him Howard. That would be hilarious. I want him to feel my pain.
Howard is gonna.
You see why that's what I'm saying. They're always these. It's like Globers are really a bigoted type of people. They just don't like anybody that goes against their beliefs at all. I mean, what's wrong? What's wrong with Howard Stern? What's wrong with him? That's his passion. His passion is debating this kind of stuff. So because his argument goes against your argument, so therefore it's really painful for you. Yeah, that's good. As long as it's painful, that means it's cognitively painful. If you've got an issue that's cognitively painful for you, there has to be an issue by you, not the person presenting the information. Because I can guarantee you, no one I'm debating makes it painful for me. I literally just don't give a damn on what you're saying because it's not painful to me. I know the truth, you understand? I know what's going on. It's really crazy. Yeah, narcissist. Hey Glenn, good to see you, mate. It's crazy.
probably be on another big hiatus until like. Because that's the thing is
Hey,
that when you talk to him,
Nazarene,
when you
what's
talk
up,
to him,
man?
you know, he's very cordial. He's easy to get along with. He, you know, there's a lot that seems to be like going on for him personality wise. But when he gets on the debate stage, it's like, oh, okay, yeah. So I don't know about Howard coming back for a little while, not by my hand, anyways. But other people like. Oh man, I mean, like we can't get Kent Hovind again. He knows better.
No, Kent won't. He's firmly like he wants his friendly moderator.
I would love to debate Kent Hovind though, but he won't.
I don't know. Kent is getting desperate again. They shut down his channel. He's not growing.
That's why he's been spending so much time on Donnie's channel. That's when that started.
You see what I'm saying? Now they're happy Kent Hovind lost his channel. What the hell's wrong with these people?
Right, isn't it? Right.
It's crazy.
They shut down the first one. Did they shut down Genesis Church as well?
No, I was talking about the old one. But he was appearing on Donnie's channel like more frequently back when he still had his channel than he is now.
Yeah.
I guess I just didn't see that.
Go to bed, guys.
Hold on before you go.
Oh, okay.
Before you go,
you got to tell me, Leo.
Two things. First thing I wanted to say was earlier with respect to your comments about Whitsit. See, the thing is, I think Whitsit is a legitimate Poe, and the reason is because he's smart. Listen to Whitsit versus so many of like Flatzoid or Iron Horse or any of the other ones. You can tell he's smarter. He uses bigger words. Some of the stuff that he says.
Using bigger words, so therefore he's smart. I'm sorry, I use small words because I have to dumb it down for idiots like you, Leo.
Can't believe that.
So guys, I should start using bigger words. Should I start using bigger words so he would say I'm smart? No, man, bigger words don't make a person smart. It's how you convey the information. That's what makes you smart. To know have the knowledge of what you're conveying.
So it's all about big words. So you've got to be anti-disestablishmentarian every 2 seconds.
Hey, can I make a statement based on the claim of Whitsit's smart?
Hey,
Whitsit's just a little... Hey, Whitsit's a little smarter than a tuna fish sandwich, but he can't remain coherent even within 2 sentences. So really, he's a trickster. He's a deceiver for sure. And the Itherite crowd is deceivers for sure. Okay, go ahead.
I have to say with Whitsit, he is impressing me lately at least. He's starting to catch up with our kind of debate style and information, although he still loves to push his nonsense. But he contradicts himself constantly in his own statements.
You know, I made that one mistake, Flatzoid, and I'm kind of humbled by it. I trusted the content creator, and there was a clue with the, or April Fool's Day, but I just thought as long as the container was being pressed on, it would move. I didn't realize that the pressure would be equal because I thought check valves took care of that for some reason. But anyway, I was wrong. I'm not trying to deceive, though. And I didn't press it as a claim. I just said, if this thing's working, maybe it, I just thought if the container wall moved, it would move because it would be pressed on. Anyway, sorry for the mistake. But other than that, man, I pretty much understand this stuff real well. And I like being, but I'm a mic hog, sorry. Hey, I want to present something that I haven't heard yet, and I gifted. So a couple things. One, the horizon is a vanishing point for things horizontally, right? So like as far as you can see, east to west would vanish in the middle at the horizon, right? For cornrows, meaning we're seeing a long distance across the horizon of no slope, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you follow that? Do you understand why I say that that's an important statement? That it really does follow because, and another one is a microscope proves in real time that we have convergence that we have to consider when things continually shrink due to distance. Of course, they're going to become too small to see, right? Like a blood cell, you can't see it with your naked eye, right? And that corresponds in my mind to what you see with, say, the black swan and where the horizon is a vanishing point, right? Things that are too small to see. And then I'd like to add another one that people like Flatzoid. I hope you didn't get offended, but that using the rivers as a level as we can just use shoreline because it is, it might go in and out or whatever based on where that shoreline is, but it is level, right?
Yeah, mean sea level.
Yeah, like a river's not level because it's sloping down to sea level always. No, right? I'm not trying to be pecking them.
Remember, water seeks level when at rest. So it's seeking its level. That's why it flows one way. But that's my issue. That's what I wanted him to get into. I was hoping he's going to catch the bait and say, no, but it doesn't. And then I would say, okay, let's draw a sphere. And every point tangent from your feet on a globe requires it to be flowing uphill to the person next to you. And it doesn't do that. That's what I was. I was hoping he's going to catch the hook, but he didn't get to that.
And do you want to hear another example of how it's spiritual today? I encountered at a Hyatt Regency. I'm in Portland right now, Oregon. They tried to tell me to get off the sidewalk and not talk to their patrons. So he got the manager, and they said they're going to get the police. And I said, "Are you telling me I can't speak? And are you telling me I can't stand on a public sidewalk?" And she said, "No and no." And I said, "Teach this guy to have manners towards humans, because I could rent a room here for a week if I wanted to." You know, it's not, you can't just look at me and assume to know that I don't have means and I don't have resources. And that's true.
Yeah.
At any rate, she apologized and it was all good. But trying to tell me I can't talk to people, isn't that just like, what is this? I mean, America's characterized by free speech, right? And it's a public sidewalk. And he was henpecking in the middle of the while they wanted to hear it, and they're his guest. It's that spiritual powers and principalities influencing people to put their nose where it don't belong when people are having a conversation, and he thinks he's protecting these women when they wanted to hear what I had to say, which is, I go and tell people willing to listen. I'll start like, "Hey, do you want to hear a reason that I'm going to debunk a claim that most people believe?" And they say, "Sure." And I say, "Well, a section measures elevation angles, and the globe dies with the word angle." And they sometimes buck and kick back. I got like the moose thing with the ears and like this floating hands. I said, "That's not an argument." And it was fun because he didn't have an argument, and suddenly he realized all he was doing was being a clown. It was fun because you can do that so easily to these people. Like the type of dress that they have, it's like kind of trying to compensate for having no actual intellectualism. You ever notice some people that like wear them circle glasses and look proper on a certain level?
They want to look more intelligent than they really are, kind of thing. Exactly.
Yeah. All right, I'll jump out because otherwise I'm a mic hog, and I don't want to be. But I wanted to present them a few ideas and maybe give you a way to maybe communicate it to like a family member might get it, because I think the cell and the horizon really do have a parallel as far as what we can see and how to use that as an illustration. Anyway, thanks for letting me on, and I appreciate the time, and I really respect you. I'll never do a current event thing that might put people at at risk or anything. I love you, Flatzoid. Once I get working again, I'll start throwing you money. Peace. Love you guys.
Man.
Love my
blessings. Cheers. Okay, guys. I think we're gonna end the pre-show here because it's gonna end up voting him now, and we can see what he says. So we'll start then tomorrow we'll start at 14 minutes tomorrow then again on this pre-show. How's that sound?
Cool.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So maybe we'll have an after show. We'll see. So I'm going to head over to Discord. See you guys there.
All right. See you in a bit.
In YouTube's. Okay. Cheers, guys.
See you in a bit.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. So everybody, thank you guys for coming. Please hit the like and share the show. I'm going to phone him.
Did anybody notice that little note that said something to me? Somebody said something to me. I think it was on YouTube.
Hey, Luch.
Said something about, "Will you help me with evolution?"
Hey, Luch, what's up? Can you hear me?
There
we go. There we go.
Going.
Good on yourself. So, you wanted to debate again. I hope you're okay.
Yeah.
Because it's like 4 a.m. by you, I think now.
What?
Didn't you say it was like very early for you?
Yeah, it was.
That's what made it an hour later.
It is 6 a.m.
Okay, that's a bit better, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit better, yeah.
I hope you've been doing well.
Yeah, been doing well.
That's good.
I had a great birthday.
Yeah, I hope so. I did shout you out. I hope you had.
I
hope you were blessed. I hope you were blessed and got spoiled.
Yeah, I did. I got a VR headset.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, VR.
I think it's Meta 3. So.
Okay, awesome.
Very nice.
Have you used it yet?
Yes, I have.
Nice.
Do you know of VR?
Sorry. Yeah. Virtual reality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a virtual reality headset that I can use with my phone. But my children broke it. They thought it was a soccer ball.
Oh, no.
It's fun to kick it around. So yeah, it
Oh
doesn't.
no.
But yeah, it's fine. So anyway, what is the topic you wanted to debate about?
Just another discussion, but yeah, the what was it? Like there was a few things like I looked up the second law of thermodynamics.
Yeah.
And Snell's law.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were talking.
We can talk about any of them. Yeah, we can talk about any of them if you want. Or what do you want?
Snell's law says that how Snell's law describes how light waves change direction when they pass through materials with varying
medium, yeah.
refractive
Yeah, when it changes through media, so it has to have a change in media, so because it has a different refraction index. So that's why when you see, for instance, a fish tank, it's got water in there. You looking through the air has a different refractive index than looking through the glass of the fish tank and the water of the fish tank. So that's why when you look at one side of the fish tank, you see the fish large, and when you look on the other side, they seem small because of the refractive index, and your incidence angle is the big issue there.
That's how light bends through things and stuff.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying when it comes to the Earth, though. They can't use Snell's law because terrestrial refraction is not based on Snell's law. It's not based on light refraction. It's based on terrestrial refraction. So it's based on actually changing the radius of the Earth, not bending the light.
No.
Yeah.
Because
they use Fermat's principle. So what happens is it's from point A to point B. So they're taking point A to point B over the surface of Earth, and they're taking that and stretching it out to make the radius larger. And so it's not light refraction. It's literally just terrestrial. You changing the surface of Earth's radius.
Well, that's what they say it is. That's what they say anyway.
Yeah. And what would you say? What would you say would be an issue if we are demonstrating on flat surfaces when we add a refraction? It causes it to look like it's going down instead of up, which would be opposite of what the globe claims.
It would. It would. I'm feeling a bit tired.
Did you at least sleep? Did you at least sleep?
I thought I didn't know. I had to look up when 2200. No, I didn't sleep.
You should have got some sleep, man. I don't want you to burn yourself out.
Maybe. Maybe we can do it another time.
Really doesn't matter, mate. If you want to, it's up to you.
Yeah,
because if you are tired, and maybe it'll be better for you if you go and actually get, I don't know, research together, and maybe you can like work on some kind of presentation, if it will help you.
Yeah, that's right. Instead of just coming in this without a plan.
Yeah, if you, like I said, I'm more than happy to discuss any topic. If you want to be more prepared, I'm more than happy to let you do that and get some sleep then.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go get some sleep.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No stress, man. Enjoy the rest of your day further, and then hit me up whenever, and then we'll work out the time. You can be more prepared, and then we can work out a better time for you as well, so it's not too early.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Shot, man.
See you later.
Cheers, blessings, bye. Okay, that was a quick debate, guys. So I guess we're back onto the onto this video. What?
The stuff that he said.
So you guys can hop up back onto Element if you guys want to. That was a very quick debate. Not sure if it was a debate. Thank you guys for coming. Professor, what's up? Protester, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Hey, PJ.
Yeah.
That was quick.
Yeah, that was well quick.
Maybe he thought I wouldn't know about refraction, and I don't know. So maybe I caught him off guard. Like he thought maybe I don't understand it.
Yeah, he just sounds tired now. He doesn't got anything prepared on that. Best you did that, to be honest.
Cookie Monster. Hey, Dislord, what's up?
Oh, Disc. I can remember Disc's running there an hour behind, isn't he?
Yeah. But yeah, guys.
It's the start.
So I think we'll just carry on with the Mark Reed thing then.
Carry on.
Because it's still early. Okay. But I'll keep it as Glober challenged me, and that was my quickest victory to date. Okay.
Well, the dude's tired. The dude's tired. You know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but it's 6 a.m. I mean, I had my debate at 2 a.m.
At least he come in to say hello and that.
Yeah.
You know? Felt good.
I literally had 2 hours sleep, and then I went to work on Friday.
Yeah.
I was like a zombie then, and then when I got home Friday, because we ended up going home early a bit, which is nice. I thought, hey, maybe I can just take a quick nap. Nope, didn't work. My children just wanted to play. So that's why I was so bushed I couldn't stream last night. I was like, oh, I really wanted to, but I was just too tired.
Yeah, kids are unforgiving.
And then they woke me up early this morning anyway as well. It was so it's so nice of them.
Yeah,
they can see I'm sleeping, they'll open the door and go, I want coffee.
You're like, no, I want
not even hello, nothing. It's just wake me up. Axel coffee. So yeah. Okay, let's carry on what these guys are saying.
Is actually relatively accurate in the way that he like uses big words and strings them together to come up with some absolute nonsense. You gotta be smart to be able to fuck with people like that, and that's why Whitsitt is opposed, because he's actually like smart.
Yeah,
and that's what sets him apart from the rest. And the second thing, Ryan, I sent you a friend.
I get this a lot with this. I'm a Poe as well. Really weird stuff.
Friend request over.
I don't think Whitsitt's a Poe though. I just think he's got mixed up with the wrong crowd, you know, the Glowbusters. And it's influence, and Poe is just like a shill. So you're doing it just for the money, in other words.
Right, got it.
Yeah.
Basically, I mean poser.
Yeah, you're just a poser. I don't know why anybody would be a flat Earth poser to get ridiculed the whole time, you understand? Which is really odd. But I don't think Whitsitt's a Poe. I just think he got mixed up with the wrong Glowbusters crowd. So they influenced him in the wrong way. I think that's the problem with Whitsitt, though. But when it comes to people like Jaren, oh no, that guy's a shill. But out and out. I got no doubt about that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think Whitsitt's a show either. I think Whitsitt's just, it's just got a lot of stuff going on. And he's went through, it's that thing that we all drew through, that transition.
Because it was like
adapting life to reality.
It's like Bob took him under his wing as a mentor. I mean, he moved right next door to Bob.
Yeah.
And now he seems a bit lost now that Bob has, died and stuff. He's not the same Whitsitt. I've realized that he's not the same Whitsitt. It's like he's almost lost now. But I understand he's going through a tough time with his sister. Whole thing. So still Strong's Whitsitt. If you're listening to this, I do hope you find your sister, man, and praying for you. So yeah.
Facebook. Oh, you don't know my real name, but you should be able to tell.
Okay, I'm going to say it out loud right now. Are you? No, I'm kidding.
No.
Okay. I was going to say, now you can
Mark knows my real name.
Now you can
because
get access to.
Because of an idiot friend. Well, he's not an idiot, but I give him shit. A friend of mine who said my name in my side chat, and you were in that
but I think
side
I promised to forget it because I didn't want to say it even accidentally, so I just sort of put it out of my mind and forgot it.
I also just want to say I agree that Whitsitt is a Poe, because if you look what he was doing before the Flat Earth, he was like in a lowly position at working at an airport at like minimum wage, and now he makes a good chunk of change lying to people on the internet and sounding smart.
That I also disagree. Flat Earth doesn't really give you that much money, Grayson.
Big chunk of change.
If you wanted to make money, you would be going against Flat Earth, not for Flat Earth. Maybe this guy hasn't been checking channels out like Simon Dan, McToon, Dave McKeegan, Fight the Flat Earth. They make a lot more money, dude. I mean, hey.
Nice try, you rich bastard.
Yeah, if it was like that. I mean, can I put this this way? I had my best month ever last month, and it was 800 rand more than I usually make.
That's, at least that's something.
Yeah, I'm not moaning, but I'm just saying. Their best month is like 20k more than they usually make. You understand?
Yeah, absolutely.
About Flat Earth, so.
My camera's just losing it. Now I'm just playing with it.
Sorry?
Sorry, True Earth Cherry Popper said Witset's sister's been found.
Oh, awesome. I'm glad about that. I hope she's okay, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's very good news.
Anytime you could take a trip down to Antarctica, they could take a flight to prove it. You know, they could prove it if they want to. They just don't.
Yeah, they have a giant.
Okay, let's say this again. Flying to Antarctica is not going to prove whether it's flat or a globe. They take you to a undisclosed place like the Ross Ice Shelf, and you can't see the whole of Antarctica. Just like when you go to an island, you can't see the whole island. You are just at a piece of the island.
So if you go on holiday, you can prove the flat Earth or the globe.
It's such a nonsensical, idiotic argument. It's really stupid.
Yeah.
Hey TNT, thank you for coming. And
Flat
Slimpy
Earth
Shredded.
conference where they're actually generating thousands of dollars. They could send one representative on that expedition to the South Pole, and it would prove it for everybody.
I'll take some pictures on my flight tomorrow.
He still doesn't get the ceremonial South Pole is not the true South Pole. He still doesn't get there's a difference between a magnetic South Pole and the true South Pole. Does he know the difference? And you can place a ceremonial South Pole on a donut Earth, it's not going to make a difference. Yeah, 800 Rand is 43 US. Emerald, hey man, thank you much. So yeah, I'm so rich, guys. I made a whole $43 more. Woo!
Is TNT an upward rising Earth, or is it? Because he said the globe is ridiculous and so is station the Earth. So it must be upward rising.
Rich, bitch.
It's crazy.
But I'm gonna go. Hey guys.
Yeah,
see you later.
go Ryan.
Peace out, Ryan.
Good night, Ryan.
See you later.
Better be prepared to get fucked up this weekend, bitch.
Who could we get race?
Simply straight. It says what causes weight flat. So Simply straight says calories. Brilliant answer. Oh, I love it. Okay. It's crazy.
I wanted to say I appreciated his moderation.
Yeah. Ryan, I think he does a really good job, and he's getting better and better. He's still pretty new. That's the thing. Like, I don't think he's been doing it a year or so. So, he's getting better and better, which is
the
fantastic.
issue with debating dinosaurs is that the only people that are willing to debate like the dinosaurs aren't real are like Alex Stein and Howard.
And Alex Stein is just not.
No.
You see, there's no use debating dinosaurs, though. If you don't have any, how can I put it, passion for debating it, it's just no use. Like me, I just don't have a passion for debating the existence of dinosaurs. I mean, I was commissioned to create a femur for a T-Rex in an art museum in South Africa. So I know firsthand there's no real dinosaur bones there. But it's not my passion to go and debate it.
Yeah.
Tiny tangent. Joshua, would you mind showing us what you're painting?
Yeah, show us what you're painting, please.
Look,
You don't
I
have
know
to.
that
I'm
artists are
curious.
sometimes very.
Oh, damn,
There
that's
you go.
beautiful.
Damn, you know my middle name is Hawk.
Is it really?
What?
Yeah, my dad is a falconer. Super into birds.
Oh, that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Is Grayson actually?
It's that.
Yeah, great. My I won't tell you my
What's
last
it
name, but it's Grayson Hawk, my first and middle.
Damn, that's a cool name.
Are you on Twitter, Grayson? Did you create Twitter?
Yeah, I've commented on your Twitter before.
Okay, see, I thought that might be you. I just wasn't quite sure, so I figured I'd ask you before I assume it was you.
Yeah, my Twitter, I don't post anything. I've got like 2 followers.
Sorry? I think they're going to start getting into...
He's like, I thought that might be you.
I think they're going to get into talking about the conversation again now. We'll see now. Hopefully they get back to that.
I don't really use it, but yeah.
Mark, I left you a link on the side chat here.
Yeah.
There's a table there. It's a very interesting article about how they measured the salt flats in Bolivia. And it turns out they're not flat.
Because they got 1 meter
What
of
did he
difference.
just say?
He says turns out they're not flat because the ground, notice guys, the ground, it's not water, ground of 10,000 square meters has a meter difference, I think, from one side to the other. Do you know that, does your curve only curve 1 meter in 10,000 square meters? Are these people stupid?
Crazy.
That's considered flat, mate. It's that is literally surface ground. And he does know that it used to be a water there, so it has erosion to it. This is the thing that I say to these guys. So they say, we see it's not perfectly to the millimeters flat, so therefore it's not flat.
It's topography, it's terrain.
It's topography. It's not water. Now try and do that same with water. Does he know now if it rains there and that whole 10,000 square meters is covered in water, it would be a mirror that's perfectly flat?
Yeah.
Perfectly flat.
You won't see that meter anymore.
No, you won't see that difference. Because water, when it rests, seeks level. So on the one side where you so-called measured the meter different elevation, it will be the same elevation as the other side where you didn't measure that meter difference. Because water at rest seeks level.
Yeah, I think
Have you
TNT's Dell.
So TNT's Dell, you think?
Yeah.
Have you had the force cause motion stationary Earth claims objects accelerate towards the Earth, yet under the acceleration we observe yeah, probably Dell or a sock account from one of Dell's cultists. I don't really care about Dell, guys. He's like I said, he's small fry. He's creating his own little cult in the corners of YouTube, and he's just gonna end up fading away. So don't even bother that guy. Anyway, let's move on to these guys.
I remembered, Max. I remembered you saying that the other day, but without like the link to it or whatever. And then when Flatzoid brought that up, when Flatzoid brought that up tonight with the salt flats, I was like, oh, I really wish I had that ready to go right now.
Yeah, and why didn't you bring it up then, Grayson? Because if you did, I would have probably kicked your ass on that too. Because it's called placing hooks. If people haven't realized by now, my debate style is loving to place hooks. Because if I throw out a hook and they're like a fish and they bite it, I have a rebuttal to what I put on. Because I know the rebuttal.
Mm-hmm. That guy didn't seem very bright though.
No.
Seems like, a child in kindergarten just learning, not even into it.
But like I said, he's giving 2015 arguments. The 2015 arguments are debunked in the first 5 minutes when you get to Flat Earth. And this is what I was saying with STST. If you were an actual Flat Earther, those arguments you would know within your first to 5-10 minutes of being a Flat Earther.
He didn't know what Coriolis was, and he couldn't see any difference in the pictures. None of them could. None of these could.
And he kept making any point that you made or anything. He had to make it a globe in his head. He didn't understand anything you said because in his mind he was looking at a globe when you made a circle, and it was just ridiculous. It had to be a globe to make sense to him, so he didn't understand anything you said.
Exactly.
I'm so sorry, but I couldn't find it.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Day. But I found it, and the table is there, and it's very interesting.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be checking that out. After that, because that's something that's a really good citation to have.
It is.
Yeah, it's almost like everything we understand about our planet points to it being, an oblate spheroid, roughly 25,000 miles in diameter.
And what was your thoughts on the debate, Lou? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, how do you feel
I think Grayson did well. He was defensive, the right level of aggression, bringing up valid points, pushing Flatzoid to answer his questions and stick to the topic. For me, these are the things that make a good debater, and that's why I think Mark and Grayson are actually two really good debaters that we have. It's not that there aren't others, but
must be a joke. That guy must just be doing that to do that. Like, he sounds like it's his job to just talk good about people because he's completely lying.
Exactly. Yeah, but remember,
he was so horrible at his job. He did it so horribly.
But
How
Leo,
can you give him props?
Yeah, but Leo is I don't know.
He got drunk on a Budweiser last time.
Yeah, it was funny. Hey, Faciality, thank you very much for your $2 super chat. Really appreciate it, man. He says, standing, walking proves flat Earth. with a right square and a tick. Exactly. Thank you very much. Just having in angles and not being falling over while we're sitting here. Yeah, exactly. Proves the flat earth. Thank you very much, Faciality. You rock. Thank you very much. But yeah, Leo's the last person to take anything as how can I put it? It's a compliment.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, Flatzoid did the
Aw, don't you like my laugh, Ted? How's it? How can you have a disingenuous laugh anyway?
I know, right?
Should I laugh like someone else, like, or should I laugh like what? Everybody has different laughs, dude.
That's just coming from my bias.
Yeah, shame, poor guy. Hey, Derek Bradley, what's up? And Debatable Diva, I haven't said hello. And Moomin Rider, what's up?
usual, so it's, there's nothing new on that side. Will there ever be?
Yeah, Grayson, you were saying you felt like you were too loud or too intrusive.
No.
What? Too mummy. Do you know what else is up later? These nuts. Is that an Aphrodite? Okay. Shame.
Or something, and I wanted to say that was not my impression at all. I thought you were just respectful and qualified.
Cool. Well, yeah, it was hard for me to gauge that for myself, but I want to ask everybody on the panel: is there anything that you thought like, oh, I really wish that Grayson had answered this better?
How's that? That person that just said that commented, so that was totally inappropriate for Mark's chat, but Mark put it up on screen. Makes so much sense. Yeah. So it's not inappropriate then. Yeah.
Or like made this point or something like that. Something constructive.
Think of anything. Can't
hey,
think of
Spuddy,
anything.
what's up?
So you had the right mix of you got to hold their feet to the fire, and I think you did that. I agree with Leo.
Hold the feet to the fire. Sorry. Yeah. What? Whose feet was he holding to? What fire? Did I miss something? Was I in that same debate?
Well,
I don't have a cooking clue what they're talking about.
Nah, I don't know if they did a pretend warm-up show before the real show, and that's what they're talking about. But otherwise, I wasn't there.
No, that's what I keep saying. When the people like, were you watching the same debate? What's going on?
Yeah, I don't think there's.
I think that that thing about the moon. What had to happen in order to like really catch him out was sort of saying, well, why does Australia and South Africa see the moon the same side up, even though they're opposite one another on the flat Earth?
Who said the opposite of one another? You see, this is what I'm saying. They're always strawmanning us with different maps. So you see, they're opposite from one another. Not understanding that they are in the south. Australia's in the south, just like South Africa's in the south. We see the same moon because we look in different locations. Let's see if I can... I do have that... I'm going to quickly see if I can get that Gleason's map up, because they're probably talking about the Gleason's map again. They sure do love the Gleason's map, by the way. Flatzoid. What do you guys have to say while I'm looking for the map?
It's the same as usual for them. It's just denying everything, saying that you don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Or you're misunderstanding, or you're lying, when that's just projecting on their behalf. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I just gotta look.
They seem to project a lot, though, don't they?
Yeah, I just have
it's
to
always
look.
about projecting.
Yeah, exactly. It's craziness. Okay, can you guys see this?
Yep.
Okay, I think it's there. Okay.
I see a map.
Okay, so saying, first of all, let's try and correct Mark Reed. Mark, that's South Africa, that's Australia. That's South America, that is opposite sides of the... That's not opposite. Okay? Let's say the moon is here. And us in South Africa, based on the Gleason's map, is looking at the moon here, looking northeast. Okay? Australia is looking at it northwest. We would be seeing the same because we're looking in different directions at the same... I don't know, let's... Oh, God, I must probably put this on to paint.
I find it funny that you have to explain this.
I have to explain this on paint,
sense to me.
It's not hard to understand. Mark Reed. Let's say the moon is here. Okay, whatever. We got it in there. Let's color it in a bit just for him. And let's just make some white dots there and whatever, just so you can see it's got things. Now, let's look at it together. My position looking at it. Do a little. We're gonna see the whole moon that way. And now let's just say looking that way, whatever, it doesn't matter. Sorry, are we looking at the same side of the moon?
Yeah.
Are we looking at the same quote-unquote face?
Yeah.
Mark,
Only if you're on a flat.
yeah, and this is based on the Gleason's map. Sorry, Mark. The fact you don't know this is sad. Ted, thank you very much for your $2 super chat. Really appreciate it. Says, what map do you like? I like all maps. Depends what you want to use it for. Usually when I travel on the roads, I like using road maps. When I want to do illustrations like this, the Gleason's map is fine. The Gleason's map also works for time and date, longitudes, because it's a longitudinal and time map. That's what it's created for. So if you use the right map for the right application, then it works. But globies don't understand that the Gleason's map is a longitudinal and time map. It's not created for distancing.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, Mark Reed, I just showed you on screen. That's why we can see it the way we do.
Right, that's the whole thing. Because according to the flat Earth, they should be like both on the outer, which means any moon that they're looking at is in the center, but they see it reversed, and somebody in the center sees it the other way around. He was using a lot of pictures and videos, and that's what Flatzoid does. Sometimes I think he just stalls for time. Yeah.
So showing pictures and demonstrations is stalling for time, guys.
Wow, stalling for time.
No.
Especially, you already had them pictures ready and that before the debate. So if it was a tactic of stalling for time, surely if you were stalling for time, you were searching it there and then.
But you understand, how do you stall for time if you're making an argument and you're presenting actual demonstrations on your argument? It's not stalling for time. It's showing your argument to be valid and repeatable and demonstratable. Thank you again, Ted, for your $2 super chat. Really appreciate it. It says, per your map, India and Greenland see different moon. So, this is just based on the argument Mark Reed made on Australia and South Africa. You get it?
And Greenland is pretty center.
Yeah.
Pretty much center.
It's really weird.
So they have a weird angle to the moon, you know.
Also,
no, not really, but they are very center. So yeah.
Yeah, and also India is quite north, just like Greenland is quite north. He was trying to argue for south and south here. So it's very simple. Him making a strawman argument, not understanding how it works, doesn't make me wrong. It just makes him ignorant as usual.
Greenland is just another part of Denmark. We just got Eskimos over there mostly, you know. But I got friends over there, so if we want someone to take a picture, a video from Greenland someday, I can make that happen. I got a couple of friends over there.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. Ted, thank you very much for your $2 super chat. He says the whole Earth map uses distance traveling. What is an Earth map? What is a whole Earth map? All maps are flat, mate. And usually with like navigation, they've got charts because it's sectional for a reason.
I got friends in India as well, if that's what he mentioned.
Yeah.
I got friends all around the place, and we can take pictures and videos.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Thailand to India, India to Greenland, whatever.
They won't see the different moons, Ted.
Hey, is Greenland green?
Moon. Okay, but I got to ask you something.
Somewhere, yeah.
Does India and Greenland have the same time zone?
That I don't know. Do they?
That's just interesting.
It sounds like they wouldn't. it wouldn't make sense that they do for real, because Greenland is the most, is so much in the center, and they are out there, so they would. Yeah, no, I don't think they do.
Yeah. Where's Wally? Thank you for coming. No, I'm going to be doing the rebuttal video, mate. He sent me everything I needed. I just need time to do it, though, because people are busy. And I got a bit more exciting things to do right now than show you how you get everything wrong as usual. Thank you, Ted, again for your $2 super chat. Really appreciate it. So no map of the Earth, then? What do you mean no map of the Earth? I just showed you Gleason's map. It just says different applications. All charts are maps of the Earth. No map is perfect.
Yeah. Greenland is GMT 2. And they if this is correct, then it's then they are 2 hours, 3 hours behind me.
Okay, but I don't know why it says I see a different moon, though.
I don't know.
You look at the same moon. There's only one moon to look at. Hey, Gary Wybenga, thank you for coming. Good to see you. So,
and you can only see one side of the moon.
Yeah. Really weird.
Yeah. I would have liked to see you use pictures as well to say, hey, if you're here and you're looking towards the moon in the center, why are you seeing it upside down from opposite sides of the flat Earth kind?
I just showed you why. Because I'm looking southeast, where he'd be looking northeast, where he'd be looking northwest. Just like that 9, when you turn around, it looks like a 6, or that arrow looks to be pointing to you where it wasn't pointing to you. Same thing, Mark.
Kind of thing.
The other thing that I would say, which, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, is with respect to the Coriolis effect, because he kept trying to hammer you on, but you got to have 2 frames.
Here's where the fun started, guys, if you didn't hear it today.
That's not, I mean, it's not wrong, but it's not right. It's the way that you worded it is not correct, but the general idea.
First of all, it's not wrong, but it's not right. It's not wrong, but it's not correct. So he contradicted his own opening statement. It's either wrong or it is right. You can't have it both ways. Hey Ted, thank you again for your $2 super chat. Really appreciate it. Can I have a blueprint of my house, but not Earth? Yes. So it's a section. Well done. And know what? Your house is built horizontal, flat, stationary, no curve. How else can we make it commenty? But thank you very much for your support on the channel, Ted. Really appreciate it. Now my mouse doesn't work with me. Okay.
Is maybe kind of. But the thing is, we've got that. We are stationary with respect to the Earth because we're on it. So we are in an inertial frame of reference. But what is the Earth doing? Rotating. It's in a rotational frame of reference. And so we have to account for things like certain centrifugal effects and the Coriolis effect in order to account for the things that we see.
Okay, I didn't bring this up in the video. But show me when a plane takes off accounts for centripetal forces.
Yeah.
Show me anywhere. Any plane in history. Any hot air balloon, helicopter, even ramping cars. Let's say a car takes a ramp, does those record ramps. Where is it taking centripetal forces into account? Oh wait, it doesn't.
No.
Ted, again for another $2 super chat. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. He says, why can't we have a map of entire Earth? I don't know, because I'm not a cartographer. I don't create maps. Go ask the cartographers. How's that?
The ramp example you made, it made me think about, if the car comes from a distance towards the ramp and the car hits a little bump in the road, lifts over the ground for a second and then goes full strong speed at the ramp, then it's not hitting the ramp anymore. It's just kind of like flying off the hill.
Imagine it misses the ramp.
Yeah, it misses the ramp because of that little jump and goes off the hill.
It's crazy.
God damn it. Yeah. That was... Oh man, they don't see that happening, do they?
He was not too accurate about that whole frame of reference thing there, but that would be it.
I knew that what he was saying was not accurate, but I do wish that I had articulated it a little bit better, like you just...
No, Grayson, we all saw you didn't know what Coriolis was.
I knew what he was on about.
Yeah, that's why when I asked him to tell us what Coriolis was, he totally got it wrong. You could see he didn't have a clue what he's talking about. So there's not about articulation, it's about ignorance to the subject. He just had to understand and say, yeah, I concede I don't know about the subject.
I got the energy from him that he's extremely new at this stuff, and he doesn't really know very much at all, and he's just pretending to know more than he does. Or maybe, he's just not aware that he doesn't know very much yet. Because he didn't seem like he knew anything. It was literally not even fun listening to him. It was kind of embarrassing for him.
Ted, thank you very much for your $2 super chat. There is a laugh. Is that what you want me to do? I don't know. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate the support, Ted. Wow. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I practically had to educate him the whole night on everything.
Just did here, so yeah. Hey, Tappy.
Poker Weasel, who is now NASA shill. We all knew it. It's now confirmed. How are you doing, buddy?
I actually, I was paid by when I was in grad school. Some of my paycheck came from a NASA grant. That's
Whoa, cool. Right. Well, I'm paid by the Indian Space Agency, so I probably get a lot less than you because they apparently do not much of it. So.
Did you see the debate, Tapioca?
I did not. I got home and I turned on YouTube and I hopped into the stream basically. So, no, I didn't.
Well, how do you think I might have?
I think you probably
I see I chose the wrong chair again tonight. It's squeaky. Scott, why are there no FE cartographers? Cartography just does cartography. Go ask them. How do you know there's no FE cartographers, by the way? They're just doing their job. And you do know they usually do it in sections and then they just link them together. That's why you have geodetics, because they take an elliptoid into consideration. So they take slope angles and incline angles and distances based on the horizontal datum and say, let's link them together and say that horizontal is not the same as that horizontal, so therefore it's a sphere. All being on the basis of affirming the consequent by circle reasoning. That's it. Just like Rayson said in the debate, they measure a plumb bob not being the same vertical to another. No, they don't. Show me in history where anybody has observed plumb bobs not being horizontal, not being parallel to each other. Show me anyone in history. I guarantee you there's never ever been an observation of this. Ever. They calculate their spherical axis because of a consideration of a globe. That's it. There's no measured spherical axis. It's calculated because of the consideration of an ellipsoid. That's why they use the WGS84. That's it. I was actually hoping he was going to get more into the surveying stuff, but I'm afraid that's way above his pay grade. If you couldn't get Coriolis, how's he going to get surveying?
Like slowly and methodically disarticulated all of the everything about your opponent's point.
Sunflower is losing in the chat, apparently. So perhaps we have a physicist with us. So can you explain the Coriolis effect and how...
Wait, Leo just said we're stationary because we're on the Earth. But the Earth is rotating. I still have a question. Exactly, Sunflower. He contradicted himself. The thing is with Leo, he was trying to fight for the equivalence principle by saying, we can't observe Earth moving, so to us it seems stationary. We have two reference frames. We look into the sky. Can we see the sky moving, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. So his equivalence principle is bogus. Ted, thank you very much for your $2 super chat, mate. Why no linked mapped sections to show Earth FE? All maps are flat, mate. All maps.
Why the stupid questions? Dude?
Yeah. But thank you for your super chat. Really appreciate the support.
Pertains to the Earth.
Ooh, yeah. So the Coriolis effect, basically, if you... The Coriolis effect appears in rotating reference frames, and it's basically a consequence of coordinate transfer.
He started out so well with this guy. I was like nodding. I was like, yeah, finally, this PhD dude is going to actually know what's going on. But he couldn't even give a coherent statement.
No.
And as he was going along, he was showing he doesn't actually know what he's talking about. Or he's trying to push his globe belief into making it as one reference frame, because he knows if it goes to two reference frame, he'll get totally demolished. So it's one or the other. He's trying to be deceptive, and while he's being deceptive to try and make it into one reference frame, he's showing either dishonesty or really stupid, or he doesn't understand the subject and, well, still shows the same thing. It's crazy.
Information. That's like fundamentally what it is if you are, so imagine you're on a merry-go-round. Okay?
That was the reference frames thing, Grayson, is because of the coordinate transformations from one to the other. So that's why.
Okay, stop. This is too complicated.
Let's
let's dumb it down for the normies like me. No, it is a good point. It's just, what do you mean by coordinate transformation? What does that entail?
Very simple stuff. You're here on point A. You are no longer on point A. You will be on point B. Is that too complicated?
Must be.
So I'm going to do this again, guys. This is an aeroplane. We would be on the aeroplane. This is the ground beneath the aeroplane. Okay? Let's say Johnny's looking up at the aeroplane. He's sitting at the airport, and the aeroplane flies by. Johnny's moving away while the airplane's flying. So it'll look like the plane's flying backwards as the Earth's moving faster than him away. Coordinate has changed. He's no longer flying, let's say, in Nebraska on top of that airport. He is now in Milwaukee. Why? Because the ground has moved away from underneath him. To the people on the airport, looked like the plane was flying backwards. To him, flying in the plane, looked like the Earth was moving away from him. That's the simplest way of putting it. Coordinate difference. The plane wasn't physically flying backwards. It only seemed so because of the reference. Can I make it simpler than that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Ted, very much. Thank you. Another $5 super chat. Thank you very much. If all maps are flat and we have all sections of the Earth mapped, then why no entire flat Earth map that is scaled to entire Earth? I don't know. Show me a 3-dimensional map, please. All maps are 2-dimensional. That means it's flat. Have you ever traveled all the maps before? Heck, even your most used map like the Mercator doesn't have everything mapped out perfect. Greenland size has changed. Madagascar has changed. So many things do not line up like you want it to. You might want to realize that. And if you want to, you can take a cube and you can place all the map continents like you want on your globe and stick it on a cube. It'll have the same distances. Does Earth become a cube now? See, this is the difference. They reify a model into existence. Instead of understanding a model is not reality. Hey Quinlan,
No.
good to see you.
That's literally what model means, you know.
Yeah, it's reification.
In all ways, it's used. You know, people whose models. You know, what are they doing? They're showing off something, pretending.
Exactly. But he's supporting the channel a lot tonight, so thank you very much, Ted. Really appreciate all the support, man. He's going to make it my best month yet. $2 super chat, thank you very much. The globe does. What does the globe? What does the globe have? Show me one accurate map. One. I dare you.
The globe doesn't even have a mouth, and it got so many excuses.
Price of Adam, I think he's paying Flatzoid off. Like hush money. Well, I'm definitely not hushing anytime soon, am I?
Yeah.
I think the super chat at least has to be like $10 million before I have to start hushing. I'm just joking.
Little globey, don't you cry.
You see, this reminds me of like what David Wood does to the Muslims. Every time they send insults to him, he takes a piece of the Quran and makes origami out of it. Or he tears it up, or says, "You see, you made me do this." It makes me feel like that. Like every time he sends me a super chat, he makes me say things he doesn't want to hear.
Yeah, so if you're, imagine a merry-go-round that's spinning, and you're at...
See, there we go, another $5 super chat. Thank you very much, man. Really appreciate it. Not reification, it actually works on a globe. Prove it wrong if you make your month, the globe makes your month. What? it doesn't work on a globe. Greenland size is different on any map you choose. Show me any. This is your homework. Show me any map that has everything perfectly. Ted, that's your homework. Go ahead. Good luck.
Some point that isn't the center, okay? Because the center is a little bit central, sort of.
Yeah. Well, you're on
if you draw lines radially away from the center, and then circles around that, then that gives you a coordinate system. You can be like, okay, I'm at this longitude basically, and then this latitude, and that specifies a unique position on that merry-go-round. However, the merry-go-round is spinning, and if you think of where that position is that you've marked with tape maybe on the merry-go-round, is that in the as the merry-go-round rotates in the reference frame of the merry-go-round, everything is fixed with respect to everything else.
I don't know. Everybody that's been on a merry-go-round before, which I guess you guys have. Sorry, the globe's not a map, Ted. You said map, so we're waiting for the map, not the globe. On the merry-go-round, and you're spinning. I think you realize you're spinning.
You do.
And your reference would be to know you're spinning as well, is not just the centripetal forces you feel, because you're constantly accelerating in different vectors, which totally debunks the argument of it's a constant so you don't feel acceleration. Let's put this into equation of the Earth. If the Earth is rotating, your reference to know how it's rotating would be checking the sky out, correct?
Yeah.
Because that's your reference outside of the frame. Guess what we do, guys? We measure Earth being stationary and the sky moving at 15 degrees an hour. Not the other way around. When you're on a, let's put it this way, on a merry-go-round, you're able to measure the merry-go-round moving and not the trees around it. It's crazy.
If
Ted, I asked you for a accurate map, please. Just one map that's accurate, 100% accurate. Go ahead. Obviously, you haven't worked with maps before. There is not one map in existence that is 100%. Not one. You know why? Because maps are reifications. It's not reality.
Things aren't moving around. But the merry-go-round is embedded in a three-dimensional space that isn't rotating and moving. So a point which is stationary from the perspective of the merry-go-round is not stationary outside of that. And so when your reference frame is a rotating one, it's going to seem like you are accelerating, because what's really happening is sort of your coordinates are moving underneath you, and
Nope. If you're on a merry-go-round, the coordinates don't move underneath you. You're moving with the coordinates. It's once you've left the reference frame, then it moves underneath you, and then your coordinates change. Not hard to understand. You first have to leave the reference frame to be able to change your coordinates. So in other words, you on the inertial reference frame moving, as soon as you leave that inertial reference frame, you will be in the non-inertial reference frame, you will be moving in the inertial reference frame, and that will mean the ground beneath you that's not longer attached to you will be moving away from you under your feet, which would cause your new GP, give you a new geographical position, because the ground has moved away from you under your feet.
It depends on what you basically have to choose. How am I going to label this position in space? And when you perform the transformation, you see that points move, and they sort of seem to accelerate outward, and it gets all. But it's fundamentally a property of the geometry. It is not any. There's no physics happening with that generally, or very little physics.
No physics. This is what made me crack up.
No physics.
Talking about a moving frame and telling me there's no physics.
Mm-hmm. Ridiculous.
Last time I checked, when you're on a merry-go-round, it's moving. That means it's physics.
Mm.
It's physically moving. It's insane, the amount of bullshit these people have to talk because they want to keep their globe alive. It's insane. And by the way, guys, if you haven't watched the latest video on this Coriolis, I suggest you do so. Because, wow, it's insane.
It's mostly math.
I don't understand what you were saying.
Yeah, you don't.
I don't know if I'm the only.
Yeah, you don't understand. Exactly, Leo. You won't understand. Proving you're just ignorant. You guys in panel, you can understand what he was talking about, correct? That's why you were laughing at him.
Yeah.
Now, this Leo guy that's claiming to be this brilliant guy that's so smart doesn't understand what he's talking about.
Oh, Leo, he doesn't know, does he? He's an idiot. He makes himself sound clever while he gets drunk on one Budweiser for the whole 4 hours or 5 hours. One Budweiser got him drunk.
Exactly, Owen. No physics, nothing actually happening while he's talking about a moving merry-go-round. That's crazy. And this is from a PhD, guys, a supposed PhD.
Only one, but it doesn't make any sense.
No, it's not straightforward. It's not that easy to grok. It's something that
it helps when you have a picture, but like
it helps when you have a picture. But also, honestly, you need to know like geometry and basic algebra,
maybe linear algebra,
to really like understand it.
No, you don't need anything of that. Just like I explained. Mommy, I see a plane flying backwards. Yes, son. That is because of Coriolis, because you are moving underneath it while it is actually seeming to fly backwards, but it's not actually doing that because of deviation. Did I use geometry there? Did I need to know any physics there? No, it's an observation. The plane seem fly backwards or sideways, it's because you move away from it. No need to know any physics, no need to know any geometry, no need to know any calculus, nothing. You just have to have eyes to see. We do not observe Coriolis effect, so therefore Earth does not rotate.
Tuition.
Yeah, I had to. I mean, and coordinate transformations are hard, particularly ones that involve rotations, because rotations don't commute.
No, they don't.
And they especially don't commute in quantum mechanics.
Well, Flatzoid, nice one by the way. Flatzoid said that he was going to be making a video because of our debate where he explains how the existence of Coriolis forces is impossible on a globe.
Yeah, it's not. I don't need to do much of that. But you wanted me to do a video where I'm putting the math because of conservation of momentum, which I'm definitely going to do. But yeah, this whole thing you're talking about now shows why it wouldn't work on a globe, mate. Don't have to do much more than that. Stop using big words, tapered bodies. Why you have to be so conspiratorial?
You know.
These ecological morons don't understand what's going on. Well, what's that other word that was you say? Super allergistic frisky allergosis? What? Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, exactly. It is sad, Ted. But thank you for all your super chats. Really appreciate all the support on the channel tonight.
That's absolute madness.
Well, I mean, if it's not rotating, then I mean, you know, maybe there's something there to what he said, but the particular globe we're talking about.
But it is.
Sorry, my whole argument was if rotation. So if no rotation, no Coriolis.
Is rotating.
Yeah, to give you some context, Tapioca Weasel, and for anybody that didn't watch the debate, just real quick. When I brought up the fact that flight routes are impossible on a flat Earth, Flatzoid said, yeah, but flight is impossible. Those same flight routes are impossible on a globe because of the Coriolis force.
No. These are my words. You're reversing the burden onto me. Flight dynamics itself debunks your assertion that it can work on a globe. Your straw man about it working on a flat Earth map I never brought up is an idiotic assertion to make because I never made a claim about flight routes on a flat Earth map. You, however, had a positive claim that it can only work on a globe. So I said, fine, let's take that to test. Because of Coriolis, it won't work So therefore, not a globe. Just like I was trying to bring up Charlotte, California to LA, the flight times would be dramatically different, like a 4-hour difference, would be a huge red flag. He totally ignored that constantly.
That's
specifically those flight times.
Yeah. Well, he even just said flight itself, because he said, "Oh, you know, once the plane goes up, you don't account for Coriolis forces whenever you're calculating flight time, so it's impossible."
Yeah, you don't.
But they're not even.
You have to point the nose down, globe-tard. You have to point the nose down whenever you're flying globe-tards.
Well,
did I say anything about pointing nose down, Brenda? Did I? Oh.
I mean, it's not even that strong. That's the thing. Like, it's just a tendency to like move with the direction of the spin kind of thing. So it's not even. Hang on, I've got a thing.
Okay, let's put it this way: if you spinning with the Earth on the equator at 1,000 miles an hour, and you, let's say, going north, you're going somewhere where it's now spinning at 800 miles an hour. Would that mean that you're going sideways now 200 miles an hour faster than the ground beneath you if you're velcroed to that spinning Earth? Yeah, Mark. Really stupid. You can't have it. No matter how you look at it, the globe doesn't work with Coriolis at all.
Here that may help, and this shows the effect, not the physics. So,
am I correct in understanding that even if you only have one like frame of reference, say you're in the rotating frame of reference, right, and you don't have a reference, like you don't have a stationary reference to compare it
on screen, we're literally debunking their claim. What the hell? John Luce, stemming from electrical engineering, mixes his passion for craft beer with science. Wow, I don't think that's a good thing to be mixing. Beer and science don't really mix. The Coriolis effect is named after the phenomena of the same name. The Coriolis effect is an effect whereby a mass moving in a rotating system experiences the force acting perpendicular to the direction of the motion and the axis of rotation. With application in nature and the interest behind the effect, John wanted to name this beer after the effect. Wow. So in other words, you see if your equator is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour and you're traveling north or south, now you're going to, let's say, to there, which would be 800 miles an hour. You would keep, if you're claiming conservation of momentum, it would going now 1,000 miles an hour still where it's supposed to be traveling 800 miles an hour. It'd be traveling 200 miles an hour faster sideways than your globe. But the fact you're showing it's changing apparent deviation. So in other words, let's say I'm going north and there's its actual path, because it doesn't take an actual curved path, guys. This is false. This diagram is false. They're saying it's taking an actual curved path. It takes a straight path. It only appears curved. So this diagram is wrong. He might need to stop on the beer a bit and get off the beer, because he's teaching the people wrong here. Actual path is a straight line. Apparent path is the curved line.
Yeah.
But you could still depict the Coriolis force like within your frame of reference as like a pseudo force on like a free body diagram for that object, right?
Let's put it this way, Grayson. If you want the Coriolis force to be shown on the moving reference, you would need like a bowling ball or something, and I put it on my floor and it would start rolling on its own on a perfectly flat level floor. Why? Because the Earth would be rotating and the ball would start moving. Do we see balls moving around on itself all over the place, guys? No. I wonder why. These people are idiots. Really, I don't know. I don't know if they were dropped on their head as a child or something, but they really, really need help.
Yeah, I mean, there's very little stopping you from coming up with any sort of clever instruction, as long as it matches with reality. I've never.
Yeah, as long as it matches with reality, 100% agree. And reality tells us there's no Coriolis, so therefore, Coriolis debunked. No globe rotation. So it matches with reality, therefore throw away your globe model. Thank you very much.
Rock what a pseudo force properly even is.
The Coriolis effect.
Yeah, well, that's one example, but there's also like
what a pseudo force actually is. It's a conservation of momentum stature. So in other words, like a merry-go-round, because you are spinning and the centripetal force, which is the fictitious force, it's forcing you out in a new vector, because the how can I put it this way? The merry-go-round is changing direction constantly. You are being forced outwards towards the place, the point of least resistance. That's what a fictitious force is. But realize something. That would require an actual force to be present, because a fictitious force can only rise from a fictitious force, from an actual force. So that actual spinning merry-go-round, which you said is in physics, would first require physical force, which you guys don't have. Yeah. I think we're just going to quickly finish this Coriolis point off, and then we'll go on with the rest tomorrow, because it's quite a long one. I see 2 hours. Wow.
Yeah, so they did go on for a fair bit then.
Centripetal forces.
Yeah,
gravity.
Gravity in a different sense.
But like the reason I'm asking is because Flatzoid continued to say that if you only have one frame of reference, then you cannot have Coriolis force.
You cannot have Coriolis effect. That's a lie. We were talking about Coriolis effect, or were we talking about Coriolis force, guys? I specifically said Coriolis effect.
Yeah.
So tell me he still doesn't understand what the hell's going on without telling me. The Coriolis force is what they claim causes hurricanes. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The Coriolis effect is an optical actual observation of apparent deviation. Two different things. The Coriolis force would be on a merry-go-round where a ball is sitting on the merry-go-round and starts rolling away. That would be caused by the Coriolis force because of the centripetal forces applied. In other words, fictitious. Okay? That is the Coriolis force. That's got nothing to do with the reference frames. We were talking about the Coriolis effect. Two different things.
What does it mean to only have one frame of reference?
Yeah, it doesn't really even make sense. This is
worse. If you only have one frame of reference, to me, the only way of interpreting that is that your space is a singleton, like it's a single point.
Thank you. Yeah, I also said it's stupid. Dr. Tabiaga is just literally debunking the whole argument because they're the ones fighting for a single reference point, remember?
Yeah.
Not me. They fighting for the single reference point. So Dr. Tapioca just says he doesn't agree with you, Grayson, and Leo, and Mark, and Joshua, and Max.
Interpret that as saying you do no coordinate transformations of any kind. Like you're sticking with the same coordinate, with the same coordinates.
Well,
just to pacify Sunflower a bit, he wants to know if it does require one reference frame or two. Who was right about that?
Ooh, okay. What do you think he's going to answer, guys? Type 1 in chat if he's going to answer 2 reference frames, or type 2 if he's going to answer 1 reference frame. I don't know, because I haven't watched this far. What do you guys say in Element?
You should say 2.
You should say 2, but we said 1 for 2 reference frames, 2 for 1 reference frame.
Right, so 1 for 2.
So type 1 if you think he's saying 2 reference frames, type 2 if you think he's saying 2 reference frames. 1 reference frame. I made it confusing, didn't I? So 1 for 2, 2 for 1. We'll wait for some answers before I press play again.
That's a weird offer. 1 for 2, 2 for 1.
Yeah. So what
Make
do you
your
guys?
mind.
So what do you
Make
guys?
up your mind.
So what do you guys say? What do you guys say in Element?
Yeah, I'm saying you gotta say 2. 2 reference frames.
2 reference frames. So number 1. Okay. Owen says 3. Into the break says 2. Okay. So he's gonna say 1 reference frame according to Owen. To Core Break and PJ. He's gonna say 2 reference frames.
2 reference frames.
I'm gonna say. Yeah, I'm just gonna say 2. because the guy knows as soon as he goes to 2 reference frames, he's going to have an issue. Okay, Taberk says 1. Taper says 1. Okay. Let's quickly see.
I don't got YouTube open, so I wasn't watching what you were talking about there, so I couldn't answer.
No stress, man.
Because you're not streaming. You are streaming in Element, but I have to make you full screen to see it.
No, man. Okay, let's go. See what he says.
That's a weirdly posed question. I would say I don't even.
Can you calculate Coriolis in 1 reference frame?
Can you calculate?
How's that? He didn't answer.
Didn't answer.
Now I see.
That's a weird question to ask. Why is it a weird question to ask? It's very straightforward. Do you require 1 reference frame or 2 reference frames for Coriolis effect? The simple answer is you require 2. Because you need an inertial reference frame and a non-inertial reference frame. I even brought it up for Grayson on the debate where they said you need 2 reference frames. And yet they're still asking, and this guy doesn't even want to answer that. Wow, maybe he doesn't know.
Does he have the world's biggest mic up there?
He is kind of louder than the other guys. I know when I did the video, I had to keep on every time he spoke. I had to cut section and make it softer because he would overpower everything.
It looks like a little robot from Star Wars.
Anything in 1 frame.
Yes, if you know how it's rotating. But then you've got a sort of metaphysical question about what does it mean for a reference frame to be rotating if you're not going to consider other reference frames, which is why I'm rejecting.
So he's kind of conceding you do need 2. He's kind of conceding that, but he's not saying it outright. That would be deceptive. That's what you call deception, because he doesn't really want to give an answer, but he's hinting to an answer.
He says you need other reference.
So you need 2 then. So the simple answer is yes, you need 2. But he's trying to beat around the bush kind of thing because he doesn't want to give an actual answer.
The premise of the question, like
you can't even calculate rotation in 1 reference frame because you're rotating in relation to another thing.
But if you have the rotation, you don't need the 2nd reference frame. You've just got the reference frame that has rotation. That's it.
Exactly. Yeah. Sure. I think the way I would like most steelman an argument along these lines would be an argument from like Mach's principle, because then, like in a certain formal sense, if global rotations of the universe are experimentally undetectable, then you can actually assert that the entire universe is rotating around Earth. It's a convention where you've decided to take a different convention in your mathematics. There's a lot of places where you can do that, just all over math. You can choose to go about things in the sort of normal way, or you can spend a lot of time doing it in a different fancy way and ultimately prove that the different fancy way is mathematically identical in all of the relevant observable ways.
Yeah, so you could take it and say it's geocentric or heliocentric. You're taking the same data and you're just showing a different frame of reference. That's not what they asked. They asked, does Coriolis effect require 2 reference frames or 1? You don't want to give a straight answer, but you're definitely leaning to more than 1 reference frame. So the answer would be 2, guys.
Ways to the other thing. So when you're, it's the one-way speed of light problem. It's very much like the one-way speed of light problem, and it's like, okay, it's true. You can't measure the one-way speed of light, but
you conceded to one-way speed of light. Well done. So we can cut this out. That every time a glober wants to talk about, we can measure the distance because of the speed of light. Dr. Tapioca Weasel says you can't measure the one-way speed of light. Well done. So all your distances are based on assumptions then. Thank you very much. I think that's all we need to do for tonight, guys.
I think that was a good end on the speed of light thing, yeah.
33 minutes. 33 minutes. We'll remember that for tomorrow night. So what do you guys have to say about our brilliant debate tonight? Even though it only went 5 minutes on.
Yeah, man. That's crazy, isn't it? What they actually think. I mean, are they lying? Are they sitting there actually after the debate the other night? Did they knowingly go into this after show just to lie to each other? You know what I mean? Because surely they know. They're just all sitting there talking crap. I mean, he's just basically conceded in these two reference frames.
Exactly.
But he won't say it. He won't say two. He has to say other. I mean, just say it, dude. I mean, cognitive pain, like you said.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, what can we do? The guy's wanting to sound intelligent, but frankly, nah. I don't know how else to put it. But yeah, okay, guys, we'll carry on with this thing tomorrow night because I see they still got a lot to talk about. Hopefully, they're gonna give them some more laughs. Thank you very, very much, guys. You guys rock. Yeah.
You gotta do the song Flatzoid with the song we were just playing with in the chat there, the Hush little globy song. You gotta make it.
Hush.
You gotta be using it.
Hush, little globies, don't you cry. Yeah, maybe we should make one. Like I still gotta, because I did make that one song with I Swear. But I did it in a...
Oh, you did make it?
I did, but I made like a drunk kind of version, but I want to make a music video of it. You guys want to actually just listen to it quickly. Let's see if I can clean.
And with the AI stuff you can use now, you can actually, you can actually make it generated with your own voice and everything, making it sound very pro.
Because I try to sing it like a drunk, you'll see. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, this is the one without the piano. I got the one with the piano. Do I have it here already? I don't know if I put it together. I don't think I have it together again. I had it on, but I didn't save it saved, so I have them separate. And I don't want to play it without the piano. Because it makes it sound... Okay, sorry guys, I'm not going to play it now. If I give it away, it's just going to be stupid. It'll take a bit of the oomph away.
Yeah.
So yeah. But just know it's like... it's based on the song I Swear. You know, like, I swear by the moon and the stars in the sky. You know that one?
Yeah.
I changed the words.
I just re-listened it.
Yeah.
I listened to it the other day because I thought of it. You just can't get that song out of your head again the rest of the night. That's the problem I had. I couldn't get it out. I was stuck with it for the whole night.
But yeah, hopefully I have time tomorrow to work on that music video then. Because I want to actually go to the airfield here and record and stuff and look like a drunk Loby, being really in my thoughts and crying, and I want to hold deep to my glow belief while I drink a beer, you know, that kind of thing. But it's been raining all day as well, and I didn't really have time today. So, but yeah, I'm excited about it because there's a lot of kind of parodies I want to do. But it's all about a guy trying to fight his cognitive pain and trying to drink it away by drinking and trying to keep his glow belief alive. No matter what anyone presents to him, he will keep his belief in a spinning space testy.
Heliocentric scotch.
Yeah. Okay, guys, really appreciate you coming. I'll see you guys all tomorrow night. Many, many blessings. And please hit the like and share the show. It really, really does help the show to get out to a wide audience. Much, much blessings. May the pressure be with you. Cheers.
Yeah, hit those likes. Hit them.
Hit those likes, exactly. And hi, Don, my